Well, a good morning to you folks. Welcome back to our Daily Timothy Time. We are on, in episode 194 of our Daily Timothy Time. And we're going to do something a little bit different today with the short time we have. We're going to take a break from reading the book of Daniel. And we're going to look at what is known as manuscript evidence. Now, sometimes we think of manuscript evidence and you think, well, I'm just a simpleton. I'll leave that for the theologians. That's above my pay grade. There's some big expensive words in there. Listen, it's not. It doesn't have to be. You hear from this ministry that the King James Bible is our Bible in our English language. Wouldn't you want to understand why people that believe the King James Bible, why do they believe that? Why? It's there's a lot of controversy about King James Bible. It's very hard to read. It's hard to understand. You know what? When you have a look at manuscript evidence, yeah, it's a lot of work to dig through and to go through and to understand. Absolutely. What isn't? But what I want to do today, and I'm not going to do this each and every day, but periodically we'll visit this and we'll see where it goes. The idea of manuscript evidence, today I'm just going to start by saying, when how we're going to introduce this is, I've written down here, there's 4 terms I want to bring up, put on the table, and I just want to have a look at the first term very briefly, okay? And as we work through this, we can see where it develops and where it goes. So number one, when it comes to the manuscript evidence, you need to understand the doctrine of revelation. You need to understand the doctrine of inspiration, the doctrine of illumination, and lastly, the doctrine of preservation. So those 4 bullet points, topics, those are something that, you know what, if we are Bible believers, and yes, we are, we need to have an understanding of that. Now, I get it. Not everybody's got all day long to sit and study. I get it. Not everybody's got the brain capacity to do that. But you know what, if you are willing and able and your heart's in the right place, you know what, have a look at it. It's very important. Anyway, revelation. What is revelation? I've written down in my notes here. It's the content of God's communication. Okay, that's revelation. There's 3 different types of revelation that we get. Number 1 is natural revelation. Right. Number 2 is special revelation. Number 3 is written revelation. Now, in the way of natural revelation, if you go to Romans chapter 1 verse 18, I'm right there. It says here, for the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness, because that which may be known of God is manifest in them. That's their conscience. Okay. For God has showed it unto them. Okay. And then if you just read a couple more verses on, you'll get a better idea of what I'm trying to say. The second thing, you can go to Psalm 19 verse 1. I'm right, I'll read it to you. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. There's another piece of scripture explaining it out to us. And you could. There's a lot more. Okay. The second point then, I'm looking at the time. The second point is special revelation. Moses at the burning bush, right? When Jacob wrestled the angel, and they spoke. Okay. And then I'm just looking at my notes here. If you go over to Paul in Galatians 1. In fact, let's quickly go there. Galatians chapter 1. Verse 11, I certify you, brethren, that the gospel gospel which was preached of me is not after man, for I neither received it of man, neither was I taught it, but by the revelation of Jesus Christ. There's another example. And then the third one is written revelation. The example I've got written down here is John chapter 20. And let's just quickly go there. John 20, and we'll close off with this for today. John chapter 20, verse 31. Let's see what it reads here. But these are written that ye might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing ye might have life through his name. Folks, thanks for tuning in today for episode 194. Have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and we'll commence tomorrow back where we left off reading the book of Daniel. Until then, have a great day, and Maranatha. Cheers, guys.